Indeed, successful are the believers, those who humble themselves in their prayers. This powerful verse from the Quran defines true success. It is not wealth, status, or worldly power. It is the ability to stand before Allah in full submission, with complete concentration and devotion. Yet, how many of us truly experience this? How many of us stand in Salah, yet our minds wander to the worries of this world? How often do we move our lips in prayer while our hearts remain distracted? The real question is, how do we attain true concentration in Salah? Imagine standing before the King of all worlds, yet your mind drifts to trivial concerns. What to eat later, unfinished work, random thoughts. Would this be acceptable if you were standing before a worldly ruler? Then how can it be acceptable when standing before Allah? Salah is not just a ritual. It is the most powerful connection between you and your Creator. It is the moment when your soul detaches from the chaos of this world and aligns with the purpose of its existence. But why is it so difficult to concentrate? Why do our minds drift? And most importantly, how do we fix it? The first key to true concentration in Salah is understanding its significance. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "When the servant stands in prayer, he is conversing with his Lord." This is not a symbolic statement. It is a reality. Every time you say, Allahu Akbar, you are entering a private conversation with the one who controls everything. If you truly believe this, how can your mind wander elsewhere? Would you let your thoughts drift if you were given the chance to speak to the most powerful leader in the world? Then why do we allow ourselves to be distracted in the presence of the one who created the heavens and the earth? The second key is preparing for Salah with sincerity. Many people rush into prayer without mentally preparing for it. They stand before Allah as if it's just another task to complete. But imagine if you knew that this prayer could be your last. Imagine if you were told that after this Salah, your soul would be taken. How would you pray? Would you rush? Would you let your mind wander? Or would you pour your heart out, begging for mercy, seeking forgiveness, and expressing gratitude? This mindset changes everything. Before beginning Salah, remind yourself, this might be my final prayer. One of the biggest obstacles to concentration in Salah is the whispers of Shaitan. The moment you start your prayer, he floods your mind with distractions, random memories, worries, and even useless thoughts. He does this because he knows the power of Salah. He knows that a focused prayer strengthens your faith and brings you closer to Allah. The solution: seek refuge in Allah. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us to say, "I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed devil," before beginning prayer. But more than that, we must actively fight distractions. If your mind drifts, bring it back. If thoughts interrupt, refocus. This battle is part of the purification process. Each time you resist distraction, you strengthen your connection with Allah. Another powerful method to attain concentration in Salah is to understand what you are saying. Many people pray out of habit, reciting words without contemplating their meaning. But Salah is not meant to be mechanical. It is meant to be heartfelt. When you say, "Praise be to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds," do you truly feel gratitude? When you say, "Master of the Day of Judgment," do you reflect on the Day of Judgment? When you say, "You alone we worship and you alone we ask for help," do you truly acknowledge your dependence on Allah? If you do not understand Arabic, make an effort to learn the meanings of the words you recite. Salah becomes a different experience when every word is felt deeply. The physical actions of Salah also impact concentration. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, instructed us to pray with calmness and presence. Many people rush through their prayer, completing it in seconds. But true concentration comes from deliberate movements, standing with humility, bowing with awareness, prostrating with full submission. When you place your forehead on the ground, realize that you are in the closest position to Allah. In that moment, make your heart present. Pour out your worries, express your needs, seek His help. One of the greatest aids in achieving concentration is to pray as if you see Allah. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Worship Allah as if you see Him, and if you cannot, then know that He sees you." Imagine if you could physically see Allah in front of you during prayer. How different would your Salah be? Even if we cannot see Him, knowing that He sees us should be enough to make us pray with sincerity and focus. The company we keep and the environment we create also impact our Salah. If you surround yourself with people who neglect prayer, it weakens your own commitment. If your prayer space is filled with distractions, your mind will struggle to focus. Creating a dedicated, peaceful area for Salah, and ensuring that your surroundings encourage devotion can make a significant difference. The early Muslims would prepare for Salah as if they were meeting a king, dressing in their best clothes and ensuring their surroundings were free from distractions. This level of respect transforms prayer from a routine into a powerful, life-changing experience. But perhaps the greatest motivator to attaining true concentration in Salah is remembering its consequences. On the Day of Judgment, the first thing you will be questioned about is your prayer. If it is accepted, the rest of your deeds will be accepted. If it is rejected, nothing else will matter. Imagine standing before Allah, knowing that your prayers were empty, rushed, and distracted. Imagine the regret of realizing that you had countless opportunities to connect with your Creator, but you let them slip away. Now imagine the joy of those who perfected their Salah. They will be honored, raised in ranks, and granted eternal bliss. The difference between these two groups is not fate, it is choice. And that choice is in your hands right now. So the question remains, how will you pray your next Salah? Will you allow distractions to steal this precious opportunity? Or will you stand before Allah with full concentration, knowing that this might be your last chance to prove your devotion? The choice is yours. But remember, successful are the believers, those who humble themselves in their prayers. The path to true success begins the moment you say, Allahu Akbar, with a heart that is fully present and a soul that is fully devoted.